Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your views, your subscriptions, your likes and your comments. They are all highly welcome. It will be very interesting to engage with you in some of the topics we handle here. The last time I was talking about the feud between Nigeria and Ghana because of what I saw in the Moses Bliss wedding. And after that video, I felt like that conversation should continue. And then, like I said earlier in that video, I noticed that there's this war, Cold War, between Nigeria and Ghana. And it is said that if Nigeria and Ghana are not dragging football, it will be music. They are dragging rice, jollof rice, whose jollof rice is better. They are dragging, what again? And I asked, what is it in this superiority context? What are we there to gain? Whether the jollof rice is good or better or a particular type, everything is one of a kind. One of a kind. And there's nobody that will not say his mother's food is not nice. So it's understandable when Nigerians say our jollof rice is better. It's also understandable when Ghanaians say our jollof rice is better. Because when we grow, we accustom ourselves with what we have been born with and we have grown with. Any other thing we taste will also look different no matter how good they are. And then we have to recognize that the differences we have is just a kind of variety and one of a kind. Another way of presenting something, of doing something that we don't have to quarrel about it. When I eat your jollof rice, I should understand that this is a different way of making it, a different taste, which adds to the variety. And not to say mine is better, the other person's is better. These tensions are increasing. Why I feel I should talk about this thing is because of the hates I see people spill during Moses Bliss wedding. And when I look at this field, whether it's in the area of football or any other area, it is said that Nigerians and Ghanaians are not agreeing, you will discover that it's mainly young people that are carrying on these things. And then I begin to dig further, because when things happen, you discover that they don't just happen. You want to find out how it started, what caused it. And then I began to stumble on documentaries about Nigeria and Ghana's diplomatic relationship. And I will encourage you still to check up on why things became the way they are. That two countries that are neighbors in the same continent of West Africa are always in a beef. But these things are not even official. Like, it's not something standardized. I don't know how to put it, but it's there. And it's our young people that are pushing it on. But I want to say that it's repeating the mistakes of the past. When I began to dig into those documentaries, I came across a lot of them. There are varying versions, but they're all pointing to one thing. It can be seen that that puzzle started in the 80s during the Sheikh Shagari administration in Nigeria, the early 80s. And you know, Nigeria at that time made a diplomatic decision that is causing the problem we are having right now. If you haven't checked any of those documentaries, please check them up. I will encourage you to check on this one that I have checked on YouTube. It's about African biography. Check out the documentary that is done by African Biography. I've been on it, and a lot of lessons to learn. A lot of lessons to learn. I won't bore you with the details of that documentary, but you will be able to find out why we are where we are. And to also understand why things happened the way they happened. So buy Ghana excuse, buy Nigeria excuse, balance the equation so that we can have a good relationship. If our fathers made a decision, and it's not a proper one, should we sustain it as children? It's true they raised us. The bad blood the children learn come from the parents. And, you know, it is said that children come as clean slates, as blank papers. It's whatever that is written on them that they carry on. But with so much education, with so much exposure, with so much knowledge available now, I don't think we should make the mistakes our parents made. We should not carry on the mistakes of the past. It's not going to help us become who we need to be. We need to look at some of the things we did wrongly and how we can change them, and how our generation can leverage on the information. We can't run away from history. That's the mistake a lot of people make. Most times when the past is not a palatable one, we tend to run away from it, but it doesn't solve our problems. We need to embrace them. We need to learn those histories. We need to recognize where mistakes were made. We need to begin to fine-tune those things that were done that are not good. We need to make decisions, conscious decisions as a people, to say it won't continue. We're not going to sustain any of these things. So when I look at how a lot of people went on social media castigating Moses Bliss, an innocent guy that came to marry a woman he loves, and she happened to be a Ghanaian. And the innocent woman who met a guy she loves and wants to be with, and he happened to be a Nigerian. A lot of people went on, whether it is jealousy, I don't know, but I think it's part of it. But they kept on saying a lot of things. What does he have? Which education does he have? Because it is said that he attended an open university, he has a BSc, the wife has been called to the bar, and all that. They begin to size their level of education. Education is something that is not conclusive. That is something that will keep going on as long as there is life, whether formally or informally. People will keep learning. There are many academic attainments to get, that you don't have to begin to compare people on the level of the papers they have gotten academically. Formal education also doesn't remove common sense. So somebody can be proficient on the papers, but not proficient in the literal knowledge of life. So it is important that we don't begin to hold on to these things to tear ourselves apart. Another issue they raise there is who is better. Moses married the wife because she's going to give him citizenship. Is she the government of the UK? And who told you that Nigerian or Ghanaian citizenship is nothing? See how we show the kind of... Anyway, I don't want to make it a general thing, because there are many people too who didn't know that part. Many. There's a lot of people that I can call, I don't want to call them names. I would have called them riffraffs that are sizing people like this. Some people even went ahead and said, which other qualification does he have? Is it only music? Do you know what goes into all those things? Do you know what it takes to get a career, whether as a woman or as a man? So if somebody has managed and struggled to make a name for themselves, imagine how you have been struggling to make a name for yourself, and it's not that easy. So if those people are able to put in that much energy to come to limelight, don't underrate it. No matter how much you feel it's not an achievement. And so many other things. It is not easy to attain, to get to anywhere that will be publicly acknowledged as an achievement. Do not underrate anything anybody has, whether as a woman or as the man. The important thing is that that family accepted both of them. The opposite families accepted their children. It's leading them on to start the journey of life. But that's, by the way, I've also seen it in football, that we'll cast ourselves. If you come to football, nobody came to lose. Nobody wants to lose. It's a game. The best, or sometimes the lucky, takes it. So the spirit of sportsmanship will require that you recognize, oh yeah, these guys worked hard and they deserve it. It doesn't remove humanity from you. So the hate that I see among our young people, if we carry on, we're going to be worse than our parents. We're going to be worse than the people that raised us with these hates in their hearts. So we have to start looking for a continent that are together and beginning to do things together. Sometimes when I look at the African Union and I see all the border limitations, I say it's not necessary. If you go to Europe, people have access to other countries of Europe. When these divisions among you continue, you don't know the damages you are doing even to yourself and to your own children. I think we have to continue this conversation.